Why are the Epstein files being released now? Why did it take so long? Let's go back nearly 2 decades. Jeffrey Epstein was first came under investigation in 2005 in Palm Beach, Florida, after the parents of a 14-year-old girl accused him of sexual abuse. Police later found that many more underage girls had similar testimonies. But what happened in 2008 was very different from what many people expected. Epstein entered into a plea deal in Florida. What does that mean? He pleaded guilty to relatively minor state charges, including soliciting prostitution from a minor. He was sentenced to 18 months in prison, but with work release. He could leave jail for up to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. At the same time, Epstein's lawyers secured a parallel agreement, an NPA, a non-prosecution agreement. Under this deal, the US Attorney's Office agreed to end its federal investigation and file no charges, as long as Epstein pleaded guilty at the state level, registered as a sex offender, and paid compensation to victims. There was no full trial, no public testing of evidence, and crucially, victims were never informed about this federal deal. Epstein was released in 2009 and he returned to a largely normal life. But his victims didn't stop fighting. In 2018, the case reopened after Miami Herald published a major investigative series exposing how Epstein got that plea deal and the role of then US Attorney Alexander Acosta, who later became a cabinet member under Donald Trump. In 2019, federal prosecutors in New York arrested Epstein on sex trafficking charges. This time it looked like there would finally be a full trial, but that trial never happened. Epstein was found dead in his prison cell before it could begin. His death was ruled as suicide, but later people have raised questions. Once again, the criminal case ended without closure. After Epstein's death, survivors and their lawyers began pushing courts to unseal the documents, emails, depositions, investigation records. Most of them were sealed. The legal fight took years. Courts slowly began releasing documents from civil lawsuits. These were not criminal verdicts, they were testimonies, emails, and records. That's why names started appearing in public long before this latest release. The issue then became also political. Pressure built in Congress. In late 2025, lawmakers passed the Epstein Files Transparency Act, requiring the Justice Department to release unclassified records and explain redactions. That law triggered the current release. So what we are seeing now is the result of years of legal pressure, advocacy by survivors, court orders, and finally congressional action. The Epstein files are public today because too many people refused to let this case disappear. I'm Anjana Shankar and you're watching Ask.